What if I told you the strongest weapon you have isn't your voice, but your silence? Think about it. The world today constantly tells us to speak, to respond instantly, to argue, defend, and explain. But what if real power lies in restraint? The greatest minds in history, from Marcus Aurelius to Epictetus, understood that silence can cut deeper than any word, command more respect than the loudest voice, and protect you from battles you were never meant to fight. Silence is not weakness, it is strategy. It is strength, and if you master it, you will carry yourself with unshakable confidence and calm, no matter what life throws at you. In this video, we'll explore 6 powerful situations where saying nothing at all is the wisest choice you can make. Each one is a test, a moment that shapes your character, and an opportunity to step into true Stoic power. Stay with me until the end, because once you learn these 6 situations, you'll never look at silence the same way again. Let's begin. When anger controls you. We've all been there. Your pulse quickens, your voice rises, and before you even realize it, words spill out that you wish you could take back. Anger is like fire. It doesn't just burn others, it burns you too. And the worst part? The damage from a careless outburst often lasts far longer than the anger itself. The Stoics saw anger as one of the greatest enemies of wisdom. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, the best revenge is to not be like your enemy. That means if someone provokes you, the strongest move isn't to strike back. It's to remain calm, collected, and silent. The truth is, anything said in anger almost always leads to regret. Silence, however, leaves no scars. By holding your tongue when emotions run high, you prove mastery over yourself. You show discipline, and people around you notice. They see someone who cannot be easily shaken or manipulated. And so the next time rage builds inside you, don't rush to speak. Take a breath. Walk away if needed. Wait until your mind is clear. Because silence in the heat of anger isn't cowardice, it's courage. It's the strength of a person who commands themselves. When gossip pulls you in, let's be honest, gossip is tempting. It feels harmless, like sharing secrets with friends. But gossip is a trap. It lowers you. It drags you into negativity, and eventually, the same people whispering with you will whisper about you. The Stoics believed in focusing only on what is within your control, and gossip is the opposite. It's wasted energy on other people's lives. Epictetus put it simply, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid about external things. In other words, rise above. When others gossip, you don't need to defend anyone or join in. You don't even need to explain your silence. Just don't add fuel to the fire. Gossip dies when it's not fed. And here's the secret. When you consistently stay quiet in gossip, people begin to trust you more. They know you're not the type to betray their words later. Your silence becomes your shield and your strength. Remember, small minds discuss people. Great minds discuss ideas. Which one do you want to be known for? 3. When you face unfair criticism. Not all criticism is created equal. Some helps us grow. It reveals our blind spots, makes us better, sharper, stronger. But then there's another kind of criticism, the kind rooted in jealousy, insecurity, or someone's attempt to provoke you. That type of criticism doesn't deserve your words. The first instinct when attacked is to defend ourselves, to prove we're right. But here's the trap. The more you react, the more power you give your critic. You're playing their game on their terms. The Stoic approach is different. Stay silent. Let their words hang in the air without your response. Without your reaction, they eventually fade into nothing. Silence exposes weak criticism for what it really is, noise. And here's something powerful. People around you notice the difference. They see who argues and who doesn't. They see who attacks and who stays composed. Your silence tells the world, I do not waste my energy on battles that do not matter. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. Because true power is knowing when not to fight, when you have nothing meaningful to say. We live in a world terrified of silence. Every pause in a conversation feels uncomfortable, so people rush to fill it with noise. But here's the problem. Words lose their value when they are spoken without meaning. The Stoics practiced speaking less, but with more purpose. Imagine this, if you only speak when your words add value, people start to notice. They pay attention. Your voice carries weight because it isn't wasted. Seneca once said, it is a great thing to know the season for speech and the season for silence. If what you're about to say doesn't improve the moment, doesn't make the conversation better, why say it at all? Instead, listen, observe. Use silence as a tool to think deeply before speaking. Because when you do finally open your mouth, people will know it's worth hearing. In a noisy world, silence is what makes you stand out. When someone just wants to argue, some people don't argue to find truth. They argue to win. They twist words, bend logic, and push you into endless debates where no one actually learns anything. Engaging with these people is like wrestling in mud. You both get dirty, but they enjoy it. The best way to win these arguments? Don't play the game. Stay silent. Walk away. Let them fight with themselves. Silence in these moments frustrates people who thrive on conflict. They expect your reaction, your energy, your time. But when you refuse to give it, you take back control. The Stoics remind us, not every battle is worth fighting. Choose your words like a warrior chooses his battles, with precision, with purpose, and only when necessary. Because a man who argues with fools eventually becomes one. When you want to truly learn. Here's a hard truth. Most people don't listen. They just wait for their turn to talk. And in doing so, they miss the wisdom right in front of them. Silence is the secret weapon of learners. When you quiet your mind and focus entirely on what's being said, you gain knowledge others overlook. You catch details, emotions, body language. You see the full picture, not just the words. The Stoics valued listening more than speaking because silence expands your perspective. And when you finally do speak, your words carry the depth of what you've absorbed. So the next time you're in a conversation, don't rush to respond. Just listen, because the less you speak, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the more valuable your voice becomes. In a world obsessed with noise, the ability to remain silent is rare and powerful. By practicing silence in these 6 moments, when you're angry, when gossip tempts you, when unfairly criticized, when words aren't needed, when arguments call you in, and when wisdom is waiting, you take control of your emotions, your reputation, and your energy. So here's a challenge for you. The next time you feel the urge to speak, pause and ask yourself, is silence the better choice right now? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever been in a situation where silence gave you the upper hand? I'd love to hear your story. And if you found value in this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss more insights from Stoicism Muse. Because when you master the art of silence, you master yourself.